What's going on, y'all? It's Kirk with LaneFlix Media. I got Tommy here with me.
Yo, yo.
And we're here to talk about the Book of Eli from 2010. It's a, what would you call it? Like a post-apocalyptic, neo-noir western.
Yeah. I definitely called it like Mad Max something when we were watching it.
Yeah, no.
Some little Mad Max puns.
There's a couple little Mad Max references. And obviously like the environment is very much Mad Max. So that's one thing I think people kind of get turned off with the movie that like haven't seen it. They're like, oh, it just looks like Denzel and Mad Max, you know?
Right. Oh, okay.
But it's really not.
Yeah.
You know? Holy crap.
Sounds like the thing Luke was riding around Star Wars.
Yeah, I think people look at it more. Some people who have not seen it look at it more as a like a Mad Max spinoff or a ripoff. So
okay,
which is unfortunate because it's like the Bone Tomahawk thing. It's like it just looks like another Western, but it's not. You know, it's really not. You know? And that's the same with Book of Eli for sure. So before we really get into it, I just wanted to list the director and some of the stars. It's directed by the Hughes Brothers, who had made a few other movies before this that were really groundbreaking and really in touch with a lot of the youth of the time. But then this movie, I think, they kind of grew up between the last movie they made, which was From Hell with Johnny Depp. It was about I've never seen it, but it's something to do with a writer and hell.
Okay.
So it's some weird, like, I think it's based on a comic book.
I keep thinking, I still have yet to look up and see if that's the one that I watched. Because I literally recently watched something with him, and it was like a really weird movie. But...
Oh, that's right. You were like, he was a writer, and there was something else going on, So anyway, I think it was like, something like, it was 9 years since they had made that movie. So a whole decade had passed, pretty much, since they made their last film. So this is a lot more subtle and much more mature, I would say, than it seems like their like earlier movies were.
Okay.
But it stars Denzel Washington, of course, Gary Oldman, Mila Kunis, Ray Stevenson, Jennifer Beals, and Michael Gambon, among others. Michael Gambon, of course, being the Dumbledore from the latter Harry Potter films. And everybody knows Mila Kunis. Gary Oldman, Commissioner Gordon from the Dark Knight films. Ray Stevenson was Punisher in Punisher Warzone. And I don't need to tell you who Denzel Washington is. The plot is... before we get into the plot, Jay, what did you think of the movie?
Pretty fucking crazy, for sure. Definitely a deceiving movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like, definitely.
One of those movies that, like, for sure has you leading in one direction and then all of a sudden snatches you in another.
For sure. And one that'll, like, after you watch it, you don't want to watch it again.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we still got to rewatch it together, but it's. I think I've seen it 3 or 4 times now. It's a really good movie. It's one of those movies, too, that, like, didn't you say you had seen parts of that, too, but, like, you didn't...
Yeah, like, I remember... when I was a kid, I guess when it first came out, I remember watching, like, pieces of it, but, like, I was a kid back then, you know how you watch movies when you're a kid.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how most watching movies, especially if you watch a lot like I do, like, you just start forgetting them after, like, a few years. Like, I just rewatched Blade Runner 2. I didn't remember anything. Like, I was like, holy shit, this is way better. I mean, not that of course I loved it. I remembered that I loved it. I just didn't remember why.
Right.
So, it was cool. I feel like I have amnesia sometimes with movies. I mean, it's one of those movies that, even if you're not a religious person, it's definitely got a cool, like, supernatural feel to it, if you don't believe in God or whatever. But I think if you are religious, it's probably got some extra appeal to it.
For sure.
Because he's got, because of what happens later in the movie. I don't want to spoil anything. I wanted to leave spoilers out of it until we get to the trivia, at least.
Okay.
Just so people can, like, watch it and go watch the movie. Because you should go watch it. I think it's on HBO Max. Or Netflix, one or the other. Anyway. So, what would you rate out of 10?
Book of Eli, I think I would give it a 7.5.
All right,
Sure.
That's pretty good. You're getting picky like me.
What do you mean?
What did I rate it? I think I rated it higher than that. Hold on. I'm just like teaching you to be a snob, bro. Oh, I haven't even rated it on Instagram yet.
What'd you go on IMDb? You're like,
No. I don't remember what I was gonna rate it. Definitely like at least an 8.
an 8. Okay.
I'd say probably an 8.4. Like, yeah, it's a fantastic fucking movie. The action is what I appreciate the most. I mean, not that it's filled with action. There's a few scenes that really mean something, so I think that's kind of why they did that. But like, they just give you everything. They have this wide shot that slowly closes in, but you see everything happening. It's not a bunch of quick cuts or like weird angles, you know. You get the weird angles when they're sitting still, and I like that, but when they're doing stuff, you want to see what's going on. I mean, that's just how I look at action.
No, yeah.
You don't want a bunch of like, oh, because then you just can't keep up. You can't appreciate it. You know, there's no choreography. There's no art to it. It's a very snobby way to think about it. That's just how I feel.
That's kind of why the Fast and Furious movies are probably like falling off now. When it comes to the action, they just barrage you with that shit.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I remember the last one that I liked was Tokyo Drift.
Yeah, like actually like
Tokyo Drift. It was like okay, like they're doing something a little different. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like, but then they just
and after Paul died, it was kind of like
it's like like he was half of the beginning of that. So like
they should have brought my boy back from Tokyo Drift, bro. Saved the whole franchise.
He was in a couple of the later ones.
Yeah. That really came back like at the end though, right? Or
I think
was
he was in one before Paul Walker died.
Yeah, for sure.
But
like besides Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in like I think it was the one 7. 7 was the last one he was actually in.
Oh damn.
I think. Could be wrong. But yeah, that was sad, man. R.I.P. Paul. I didn't really like keep up with him that much, but he seemed like a good like family man. So
for sure.
I'm not trying to side.
No, yeah.
No.
No,
like, I know among like action like fans, he's definitely like an idol. So
fabulous. It's fucking fabulous.
That's for you, McGregor.
It's like even McGregor ASMR.
Literally, bro. Like I love.
He does have a common like tone about him.
And he's got his little Scottish accent,
Scottish,
bro.
yeah.
Like he's just so fun to listen to. And he's so funny too. Like
you may try.
It is really funny how he like Englished his voice up to do Obi-Wan, you know? Because he sounds very like smooth and like he doesn't sound like I don't know. It's just funny.
Is what's Anakin's the actor's real name?
Hayden Christensen.
Is he like American or like he is?
I think so. Yeah.
He just has a weird name.
Yeah, he's probably got German descent. That's what it
Okay.
sounds. I mean, that's German or maybe like Norwegian or something.
Okay.
Dude, I watched this fucking Twilight Zone episode that has Uncle Ben from the Spider-Man movies.
From like the OG.
Yeah, but like as a super young guy, like a 30-year-old guy.
But you can still tell it's him.
Kinda.
That's crazy. I feel like only you. I watched him be like movies, like you know. What I'm saying? Only you, bro. Like
yeah, I'm definitely a dweeb, bro. That's for sure. All right, so the actual plot of Book of Eli. 30 years after war turned the world into a wasteland, a lone warrior named Eli, Denzel Washington, marches across the ruined landscape carrying hope for humanity's redemption. Only one other man, Gary Oldman, understands the power of what Eli carries, and he is determined to take it for himself. Though Eli prefers peace, he will risk death to protect his precious cargo, for he must fulfill his destiny to help restore mankind.
it's like the Jedi way.
Yeah, this is the way. So, I just had a few notes. I didn't want to go through any spoilers, like I said. we're going to get a little in-depth with the trivia, and then we'll probably do a little conclusion review, talk about our favorite scenes, and then we'll wrap it up. So, I just want to say that I love the scene where Eli backs into the darkness and corrects the leader. The silhouetted fight scene is modern action cinema at its purest and most effective.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
I love that. Like,
for sure.
I thought the fact that it was just like the black outlines of this fight going on, it was wonderful. It was almost like we're so good we could do it in 3D, but we're doing it in 2D, and it's still fucking awesome. You know, that to me is like, it's bold and it's just like really stark to look at. It's just a badass way to kick it off. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely like the little, like, what would you call it, the bar scene. I don't know if you call that place a bar, but when he was like, Lord, bless these floors and these shores, my Lord, and then he starts fucking like, he starts just like going crazy on people.
That's a direct quote.
Bro, he started going crazy. Like
he was quoting mad shit, bro. It was like, bro, you think you're a magician with this shit, man? Like, he's shooting them off like spells,
bro,
yeah.
literally, like,
it's crazy.
It was cool though. We're over here clowning him, but it was cool.
He would slay us, dude. It's not even a question. The big question would be, did you ever see Don't Breathe?
Don't Breathe.
The one where the 3 kids break into the blind guy's house.
Oh, didn't we see that together?
Yeah, I thought we
literally
did.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Who do you think would win in a fight, him or Eli?
Ooh,
that would be.
Eli would probably win because that, like, the guy maybe go with guns, but Eli's like too quick, bro. You know what
do you think if they had no weapons?
Ooh.
Still Eli?
I haven't seen his, like, you know.
He had a little like punching going on here and there, but nothing like extensive. Yeah,
and I guess it would come down to, like, because it seemed like that guy was like a Marine or some shit, right? Like
he had that, like he had that wrap up strength. Like, if he could cling to you, you know, you're done. He was one of those guys.
Remember the sound of that syringe, bro?
Yeah. No. Turkey base.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. The turkey base. He said, "If I can't have my
remember
daughter."
That syringe, man?
That shit was like. I was like,
that little hair hanging out of it, bro. That shit was so nasty, dude.
He's like, I got something for your ass.
That's the guy who made the Evil Dead remake. So
no
it
way.
Makes perfect sense. Yeah, I've always wanted to double feature that just to like watch his 2 of his style movies,
bro.
Yeah, that might be a double feature one day.
Do you know any blind people?
Blind people.
I guess
my mom's half blind. I'm just kidding.
He said she can't see a damn thing.
She can't see a damn thing. She ate a squirrel the other day.
Damn, for real.
No. Oh, we mentioned that the iPod Beats combination was interesting because we believe this was before the brand was sold to Apple. I don't think we actually. We didn't look that up. But it was 2010, so I think it was like, I could have swore it was like 2014, 2013, whenever that happened, but let's look it up right now.
I'm like, Jamie? He's like, yeah, it says here.
2014!
Oh,
so it was before. See, I fucking thought so, motherfuckers. So yeah, this is before. So, Book of Eli may have been the reason that ended up happening, though. Because I don't know that they were ever associated together before that, you know?
That's crazy.
That's just kind of an interesting, like, artifact of culture, you know? Mila Kunis really does a solid job in this, but it's interesting how in the room where Gary Oldman is getting shaved, when she is teaching her mother about prayer, she seems to have a slight filter to soften the lines of her face. You remember we like rewound it and looked at that? It just is weird because it's like she's not old like in the movie, you know what I'm saying? It was only like 10 years after that 70s show.
Okay, so she definitely wasn't.
Yeah, she may have been like 35. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, but like, I don't know. I thought that was weird. My last note was just how many fucking blind people can there be? Because you remember by the end of the movie, we had seen like 50 fucking blind people.
Well, no, they were trying to say that happened when the sun burst into the sky or whatever, that a lot of people went blind. Apparently.
It's just weird. Like, I mean, it was that much of the population, yeah.
I guess because, like, they said, like, a lot of people died.
Yeah.
And then, like, there was only a few that remained, but a lot of people who survived kind of went blind from it. I guess if you were, like, outside when it happened, you went blind from it or something.
Probably a good
so
amount of people, then, at least, like, 40%, if not, like, 60, 70.
He said, let me see your hands.
Something like that. But, yeah, I mean, all in all, it was, like, it was one of those movies I just think that it was so much its own thing at the time. I mean, of course now too, but at the time there hadn't been a Mad Max movie since the 90s.
Oh, wow.
They hadn't done the Mad Max Fury Road yet, you know. I think that was part of the reason they realized,
like,
we could do another Mad Max.
Yeah, definitely. Because like I thought that it was very Mad Max. I haven't seen the old school. I've only seen the
new one.
recent.
Yeah, it's way more similar in tone to the new one. You're right. Yeah,
for sure. They even have like the drained out filter kind of. It's like for sure.
Yeah, Mad Max has like that orangey, like weird, filter on there. But yeah, I mean, there's not a lot else to say. It's just one of those movies that's really good, and it's so good I don't want to really get too into it to spoil anything, you know. Because I mean, there's a couple references in it to the Mad Max, the Road Warrior Part 2.
Okay.
Like the old one. The scene where the woman is like on the shopping cart and he's like debating. That scene, that's actually almost directly out of Mad Max 2.
I was gonna say, what about, like, I haven't seen like I said, the older ones, but what about the bad guy's car? Remember that? Or that big ass like truck looking thing, how it was all like weird looking?
Yeah, I don't think that may have been from Thunderdome Part 3, but I honestly don't know. I'd have to watch that one again.
How many Mad Maxes are there?
4.
Okay. Like all together? There's
Yeah, they're doing a Furiosa movie, I guess. Like a movie about the chick with the bionic arm. Yeah. But I don't think I'm interested in that.
Is it because
it's because she's a woman.
That's
why. Okay. Yes, 100%. Yes.
Just wanted to clear the air.
Yeah.
For the fans.
No, that's fine. I understand.
You hit that Homelander, bro. You're like, that's fine.
But no, I might. I mean, it's Anya Taylor-Joy playing her. It's not going to be Charlize Theron. It's like a younger Furiosa, I guess. I really like Anya Taylor-Joy, so I might see it.
She's the one that you said played the chick in Doctor Strange?
Nah, she was the girl in... Did you see Split?
Yeah.
The girl from Split, the main girl.
Okay.
She's like cute.
Oh wait, no, I haven't seen Split. That's the one with young Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Damn. What the fuck would you know her from? You've seen her in something. You see the New Mutants?
No, like the newest X-Men. No, I have not.
Did you see? You haven't seen the Vivitch, have you?
I'm just not cultured in movies. She's like, you fucking slime.
No, she's great, dude. Like, she's one of those actresses that she's beautiful and she's a really good actress, so it's just cool. Alright, so you want to move on to trivia?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is going to be the spoiler section of the video, so if you have not seen Book of Eli, please go watch it now. Even if you got to rent it, it's worth $5 to rent it somewhere. And enjoy. And when you watch the movie and you're done, come back and listen to this part of the video. Thanks. Alright, so first matter of business. Denzel Washington performed his own stunts in the combat scenes. So when he was actually like fighting with his machete, like punching and stuff, that was actually Denzel doing that.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, you can kind of tell. Like, you can tell there wasn't no... Because they kind of didn't cut away, remember? It would be like just... they would be zoning in or like panning out or something like crazy shit.
Like pretty static shots of just like, the action combat. Like his biblical counterpart, Eli in this film has lost his sight throughout his life. So like, same thing as the Eli from the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah. Eli's character was inspired by Zatoichi, a fictional Japanese figure. I think there's a movie about him too.
Oh wow!
An old school movie, but yeah. The Hughes Brothers hadn't made a film since 2001, From Hell. I mentioned that earlier. Jeff Imada, who was the fight choreographer for several decades before this film, was responsible for the fight scenes. His portfolio includes The A-Team on television, Big Trouble in Little China, Lethal Weapon, They Live, Roadhouse, Tango and Cash, Tremors, Point Break, Falling Down, Scorpion's choreography in Mortal Kombat, Heat, From Dusk Till Dawn, Blade, Fight Club, The Green Mile, and Collateral.
You did tell me that one.
That's fucking nuts, dude. That's a god.
Yeah.
Every single one of those movies is a good movie.
I know those are all crazy, but it's like Scorpion, bro.
But that alone is like, dude, that guy's badass. But then it's like all these other fucking amazing. Yeah. And the A-Team. The A-Team? Come on, man. Holy shit, he's only 67.
Oh, wow.
He's still doing movies, too. That's cool.
Wait,
he's an American martial artist, stuntman, and actor. He's performed stunts in over 100 films and television programs, and authored one of the first books published in the U.S. about the ball song? Body song? I don't know what the fuck that is.
Wait.
What are you laughing at, bro? He's a beautiful man.
I like his hair, for sure.
Dude, you're a dick. He'd probably kick your ass, too, dude.
He would.
He's a stuntman for all those movies, dude. You're such a dick, dude.
You've broken me, bro. You already know what I'm thinking about. You already know what's running through my mind. Oh, God, I'm going to say
you're like, get canceled. You're like, stop it.
Well, let me see his picture. I don't know why I'm laughing at like a healthy old man right now. Bro.
Say, dude. Suck on that, bro.
Holy shit, bro.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He looks like George Takei kind of with like a wig.
Jeff
Amada is a fucking legend. Let's just leave it at that.
He's the man.
Alright. So, retranscribing the Bible from Braille to text, if it's assumed that it would be during average workday hours, would take over 2 months. That's like insane, dude.
2 months.
That means 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Eli's sitting there,
just like talking, like
it. Yeah,
shit, dude,
for 8 weeks. As a reference and a bit of parody of Mad Max, at one point a thug claims Eli's gun is unloaded, and quote, "They always are," unquote, as Max does in the Mad Max series as a bluff for leverage.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a straight reference.
Like a straight Mad Max. Wow.
Yeah. Apparently there are 2 instances of bloodstains in the shape of a cross. Once on Eli's forehead and another on the wall after a man is shot for, quote, letting them go, unquote.
Bro.
I didn't notice those.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. I've
especially another one on the forehead. Like, you would think you would see something like that.
Yeah, maybe it was a quick shot, though. I don't know. There's loads of clues to allude to Eli's physical predicament. In many cases, he relies on sound to see, and he also touches many things before he truly interacts with them. The one thing that like was almost obvious to me watching it again was like, holy shit, holy shit, Tommy might get it after seeing this one scene of when Eli's kind of pushing the dishes in the cupboard. Down. But it was funny because he was looking at it too, so he wasn't like, it wasn't super, like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was like,
it's funny because like even like us not being blind, we don't understand the full extent of a blind person.
Of course, yeah.
Because like if I was to do that scene, I would have him just kind of like, but he'd be looking forward because I'd be trying so hard to make it seem like he's blind. But like, but like I feel like it's common sense. Like if a blind person hears a fucking sound this way, they're gonna be like, oh, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, true. I just never think of shit like that. It's crazy.
It's just like, yeah, it's one of those things, like, as soon as you know it, you're like, oh my god. The first 8 minutes of the film didn't have any dialogue. Like, it was no dialogue for 8 minutes. Yeah, I thought that was pretty badass. But yeah, I mean, this is a movie, I think it would be a good double feature with a Mad Max film, but I think it would also be a really good double feature with a film called The Road, which I told you a little bit about with the guy who played Aragorn in Lord of the Rings, remember?
Oh, okay.
He was like, he's a dad and his son are like just trying to survive the apocalypse. Great fucking movie. A little more philosophical and like a little more.
So what kind of apocalypse are we dealing with here? Like monster type of apocalypse? Or just
no, it's just like
bad
wasteland
people. Okay.
And like bad people.
Okay.
But it's like really stripped down. Like they don't have anything. Like they don't have any weapons. They don't have any like. I think the dad has a revolver with like 3 bullets in it, and then they have like a shopping cart. They push all this shit around in. Yeah, bro. It's like their whole life is in a shopping cart.
Jesus.
And that's how the movie starts, and then it gets better, it gets worse, and it gets better. You know what I mean? It's one of those stories, but the end is like.
So how deep into the apocalypse are people wearing masks and shit, and like the whole like.
Some, I mean, the people that have the guns, yeah.
Oh shit.
It's a little scary, but it's also a really good movie, so I would definitely I think that would be a good double feature with Book of Eli. But if you're just interested in apocalypse movies in general, I think it's a good movie. And I think if you enjoy a good dramatic story with a few really well done action sequences, that's pretty much what this is.
Sure.
You got any other like closing remarks, or what was your favorite scene?
Oh, the bar scene.
The bar scene, so like the scene where they're all like trying to attack him, but then he like he recites scripture, and then they just like
he kills like fucking 10 people in the middle of him. It's just like, wait, I'm pretty. And he's like,
he said, "Man, smell girl pussy."
he said, "Never mind." But yeah.
I think my favorite scene, honestly, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of Gary Oldman's really good in it. The bad guy, fucking Denzel, of course, is great in it. I don't know, man. Because like the cannibals at the end too, they're really like weird and creepy.
I gotta say, seeing Dumbledore too, of course, that was fucking awesome. But seeing like Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon first was like, it's so weird. Yeah, see him as this bad guy is like, yeah, it's so weird, bro.
He's a good bad guy.
Which one came out first?
The Dark Knight movies.
Oh
this
wow.
Was 2010, 2005 was the Batman Begins, and then 2008, so there were 2 before this.
Damn, dude. I wonder if it was weird for people too to see that that little change. Like
he was a weirdo bad guy scientist in RoboCop too, but that was 2 years after the last Batman.
Oh, the new RoboCop, like
he was a bad guy in that, and a bad guy in Planet of the Apes the same year.
Damn,
really weird. But I mean, he plays a good guy and a good bad guy too. He's a really good actor. He can pretty much do anything. Appreciate it if you drop a like and leave a comment on what you think of the video. And we're going to get back into September peaks here within the next month and a half. And get excited for that for sure. But we got other reviews coming up. And I'm hoping to do the Robert Rodriguez Mexico trilogy with my friend Adam. And I'm also hoping to do Good Morning Vietnam with my buddy Kyle. So we're going to have a few new guests on the show. But then, of course, Tommy and I will keep doing what we do. And stay fresh.
Stay fresh, homie.
Stay fresh, LaneFlix Media fans.